Karens can be pretty annoying, and when they're caught stealing, they do things that even make police officers uncomfortable. Here are 35 videos that show the moments when the real Karens got busted for stealing. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Karen steals the package and regrets. These police officers got a call from a woman who claimed that her Victoria's Secret package was delivered to the wrong house and was sitting on their porch until it disappeared. The cop then walks up to that house and starts interrogating the homeowner. The owner completely denied having picked up the package. So where did it go? Well, a package can't walk on its own, so either someone else picked it up or the homeowner is lying. The officer then notices that there's a doorbell camera right up front, and by checking its recording, he can figure out who stole the package. When the homeowners realize that they cannot run away from the situation, they go back inside the house, and it turns out the package was inside all along. The owner and her husband quickly fabricated a whole story, telling the cop it was all just an accident because they thought it was their daughter's and didn't care to check the name on it. Well, the victim got their package back, but it turns out 5 items are missing. They start questioning the obnoxiously loud daughter, and she ends up being handcuffed due to her lack of cooperation. Number 2. Karen caught shoplifting. This video was recorded by a bystander who shows a man trying to snatch this woman's purse. But before you make any judgment, know the fact that he's actually an undercover cop. The man was monitoring this lady who was shoplifting. When she was about to leave, the man stopped her, and that's how the entire situation escalated into what we see in the video. The woman has a very short temper. She admits that she shoplifted from this store and even threatens the undercover cop that he'll get arrested instead. She even went as far as kicking the man, but that didn't go well for her. The man wrestles her down, eventually pinning him to the floor till the police arrive and arrest her. Number 3. Store owner vs. armed woman.
The woman is now in police custody after attempting to rob.
The security footage shows the woman punching the owner in the face when he confronted her for stealing items from the shop. The owner then lashes at the lady, giving her a sucker punch and disarming her quickly as she pulls out a gun from her bag. The owner pins the woman to the ground, and this thief got arrested for all the mess she made. Number 4. Cop vs. armed woman. This sheriff had to take matters into his own hands as he came face to face with this woman who threatened the customers inside the store with a knife. The woman first entered the store with a brick in hand, and when she found a knife, that became her new weapon. The sheriff calls out to the woman and orders her to drop the weapon she's wielding, but the lady stands like an NPC from a game and gives no response. Thankfully, the sheriff saw his chance to switch his fully loaded gun with a taser when the woman was distracted by the backup arriving at the scene. Number 5. Karen detained for shoplifting. The body cam footage shows an officer arriving at a grocery store to detain a shoplifter hiding inside the restroom. The woman comes out of the restroom and immediately starts to panic. The officer tries to calm her down while explaining the situation. She tries to escape from the back door, but before she can, the officer drags her out in the open and wrestles her to the ground. He even takes some kicks as well, which causes his body cam to fall off. Apparently, this lady is a good friend of the US president. Maybe that's why she's calling him out. The backup arrived, and they brought in their equipment to tie her up so she wouldn't move around. They then lifted her out of the store and put her inside the car, and good gosh, her annoying screams didn't stop for a second until the door was finally shut. The cops discovered that she had stolen an ice cream from the store and possibly some other small items. Number 6. Jewelry thief. Thinks the owner's an idiot. The security footage shows a woman walking inside this luxurious jewelry store. Thanks to her attire, the owner expected her to be a real buyer. He took her straight to the vaults where the most expensive gems were stored. The woman kept on her facade and bought a total of 11 rings. The owner got suspicious when the lady started wrapping the rings in a plastic bag and duct taping them. When it was time to check out the items, the lady switched the packet to a counterfeit one. The owner saw through this lame scam and tried to snatch the bag away, but the lady didn't let go. At last, the owner went out of the vault and closed it, trapping the lady inside until the police arrived. Number 7. Nurse arrested for cashing a check. These officers in Ohio were called to a checkmart where someone was trying to cash a check for 28 grand with a fake ID. The body cam footage shows the cops arriving at the scene, and they come face to face with the criminal, who's wearing a nurse uniform. The officers asked for the documents, which she gave without any resistance. After a quick check, they confirmed that she was faking her ID. The cops asked her to put her hands behind her back so they could put her in handcuffs, but she kept asking why this was happening.
I have nothing in my pockets.
Stop.
Okay, can you please let go of me? I'm not gonna go nowhere.
She then starts complaining and asks the cops to let go of her, but they don't listen and take her to the car. The nurse then demands to make phone calls to her children, but the cops, following the process, tell her to wait until they reach the station. Number 8. Mommy can't come to save this shoplifter. These officers were called to the scene where a woman was accused of shoplifting. The cops try to take her out to detain her, but the woman starts resisting and screaming, getting everyone's attention in the store.
No, I'm just asking him to let go of me. Look, please let go of me.
Trying her best to play the victim card. The cops tried to put her in handcuffs, but she kept resisting and started telling about how she was tased when cops once raided her house. Well, if you act like this, it's obvious why they tased you. The woman starts to scream for help and even begs her mommy to come save her. But a crime is a crime, and she committed it. Finally, after handcuffing both her hands, the cops took her outside and sat her inside the car. Number 9. Schulz looked for a GPS. These 3 women were accused of shoplifting clothing that was worth a total of $1,500. The cops quickly tracked them down, thanks to a tracking GPS placed on one of the shirts by the store itself. The GPS revealed the exact location of the women, leading to their arrest and bringing them to justice. Number 10. Identity thief caught in act. The cops were called to a local bank, where this woman in a blue shirt was accused of falsifying her identity to cash $4,000 from someone else's account. Just to let you know, she has done it 3 times in different cities with the same victim. The cop blocked her way as she tried to leave the bank and later took her outside to interrogate her. The woman kept telling the cops her fake identity, but they knew she was lying because another woman's face popped up when they checked her identity number. The cops gave her several chances to make things easier, but she kept lying until she was finally handcuffed and taken to the car. She finally tells her real name, Christina, but now it is too late, and she's going to jail. Number 11. Woman lies about age. This woman thought that she could get away without scanning all the items in the store. The cops stopped the shoplifter inside the parking lot. The lady kept repeating how she had scanned all the items and gone to 2 different counters for them. But little did she know that every move she made inside the store was monitored. The lady was then made to sit inside a room, and as she was being dragged inside, She lied that she was a 13-year-old, and there was no way she was that young. Later, as the cops were questioning her friend in the parking, she tried to escape the store, but was soon pinned to the ground by the female officer. The lady was then arrested and put inside the car. Number 12. Couple thinks she can steal without consequences. These cops were called to the scene, where a couple was accused of shoplifting. The cops followed them and quickly caught a spoiled 19-year-old girl hiding behind the bushes. The cops questioned her, but she was very uncooperative. She even tried to walk away, but that didn't go well for her, leading to her getting tased and handcuffed. But it was just a matter of time before the cops spotted her boyfriend. He ran, but not very fast, and got tased by the officers, leading to his arrest. Number 13. Jewelry heist doesn't end. Well, the jewelry store owner just got robbed, and when the police arrived, she told them the entire situation. The police noted down the incident on how a woman helped 3 men to enter the store and rob it. Thankfully, the lady involved in the crime was soon caught near the store. As the cops interrogated her, she told them a story about how she was just shopping at the store when the robbery broke out. The cops searched her car for stolen items. They later found some cards that didn't belong to that woman, and she was arrested under suspicion of involvement in the crime. Number 14. Drunk woman on a rampage. This body cam footage shows a cop approaching a lady dozing off while half outside her vehicle.
Ma'am? Hello?
The woman is heavily drunk, and before she ended up in this parking lot, she was accused of a hit-and-run crash, and later she went to Walmart, where she shoplifted the items. The lady tells the cop that she was out shopping for Christmas and that she didn't know anything about the acquisitions, which is a lie. Even if she didn't commit the 2 crimes, she was still driving under the influence, which still gave her a ticket to jail. Number 15. Shoplifter Fort Manger. After getting caught, the cop arrested this shoplifter for stealing items inside a store. Prior to that, she was caught by the manager, whom she attacked and ran away. Upon being arrested, she starts to blame the store employees for how they bullied a homeless person like her, even though she was the one stealing from them. The employees also told their side of the story, and they even had proof that she was a shoplifter. The woman, until the end, claimed that the employees were trying to frame her, but it turned out that the woman wasn't homeless at all because the things inside her bag were refrigerated. Number 16. Karen versus old store owner. This store owner is no less than Captain America. The way he stopped a helicopter from taking off, this owner held firmly onto the bag of this shoplifter. The woman tried to kick the owner, but he didn't even flinch. The lady kept asking him to let go of his bag, while the bystanders laughed at her. She messed with the wrong man this time. He could do this all day without breaking a sweat. Number 17. 19-year-old thinks she's too young for jail. This entitled teen thinks she can get away with shoplifting because she's a little girl. Well, that would have worked if she committed the crime 2 years ago. The cops caught this overreacting girl and her partner, who was very cooperative. The cop puts her in handcuffs and drags her towards the vehicle while she keeps reminding him of her rights. Even the bystanders tell her to stop resisting and that everything will go smoothly like butter. But she just wants to make things worse for herself. Number 18. Pregnant shoplifter. The cops were called on these 2 women for shoplifting from the Target store. The cops approach them and ask if they've stolen anything, but they lie instead. When one of the cops tries to search the vehicle, the woman pushes him, which escalates the situation into having her in handcuffs. The lady then starts telling them that she's pregnant, to which a cop replies that you should stop committing crimes when you're pregnant.
Can you please untie me? I'm pregnant, please.
No.
A fair point indeed. After a prolonged argument and screaming, she was finally brought to the station. Number 19, Walmart employee steals from cash register. The cops confronted this Walmart employee for stealing a total of $500 in 5 instances. The employee completely denies it and asks for proof, which she gets. They showed her the security footage monitoring her at the cash register. The lady still denies all the allegations and is very uncooperative. She even put up a fight while getting handcuffed. When she finally calmed down, the paramedics were called, and when she was checked out, they sent her to the station. Number 20, shoplifting sisters got caught. These 2 shoplifting scumbag sisters, one of whom is a mother and has a baby along with her, were caught stealing from Walmart. The cops caught one of them inside the bathroom area while her child watched her mother get pinned to the ground due to her own actions. The other lady was also caught and put into handcuffs for being resistant. The woman keeps yelling for her baby's safety. Well, if she cared about him that much, then why would she do something like this in the first place? Number 23. Sephora shoplifters caught stealing. Sephora employees caught these 2 females red-handed for shoplifting $1,000 worth of makeup products. When the cop arrived, the ladies denied all the evidence, including the footage of them busy stealing the items. However, the officer did not buy their story and needed to arrest them for shoplifting. Number 24. Woman runs from police after getting caught. This pregnant woman can run, and she can run fast. Apparently, she had been shoplifting from Bath & Body Works. After one officer obtained details about her attire for identification, 2 other officers found her near a CVS. As they were about to detain her, she sprinted towards the bushes, trying to escape, but was soon caught and arrested. Even after all she's done, she dared to ask the cops why she was arrested. How weird is that? Number 27. Cruise trip ended. Before it could start, this lady booked a journey on a cruise ship using stolen credit cards. The ship's security noticed and called the cops. While they were waiting for the police, they had already taken her into custody. The lady said that someone booked this journey for her. She's innocent, but these cops don't seem to be buying this story. The woman was later charged with a felony for faking her identity and was arrested on the spot. Number 28. Shoplifter returns to ask for her phone back. This dumb shoplifter first stole from the store and then returned to get her mobile phone back, which also contained her driving license. The owner of the store asks her to give the belongings back, and they will return her phone. The lady instead pushes the owner, causing him to fall on the floor. She then approaches the woman behind the counter, who's pregnant, and pushes her as well. She then took her phone and went off. The owner grabbed her from behind, but couldn't stop her. Number 29. Employee got a surprise at her doorstep. This employee got a theft report filed against her for stealing at work. The cops gathered the evidence and paid her a visit to her home. When the lady came out, she seemed pretty confused. The officers explained the situation to her and asked her to comply. The lady confuses her charges with some other situation she has been involved in, but little does she know that the cops are here for what she did at work. The cops put her in handcuffs and took her to the station. Number 30. DoorDash driver tries to flee. During questioning, the body cam footage of officers shows the questioning of a DoorDash driver accused of reckless driving. As they talked, the driver hopped onto her moped and tried to flee the scene. Thankfully, the officers apprehended her before she could go any further than a few feet. The woman was charged with reckless driving and multiple other charges, all thanks to her stupid decision. Number 31. Karen cries in court after getting busted. Before you feel bad for this crying woman, you should know that she tried to steal 2 packages from someone's doorstep worth at least $1,000. The owner of the house confronted her, to whom she lied. When threatened to call the cops, she dropped the packages and gave the owner a middle finger. Well, now she's here at the court after being arrested, acting all innocent and trying to gain sympathy. Well, the judge didn't buy her acting, and knowing her past criminal history, she raised her bail from 25 grand to a whopping 90 grand. Number 32. Woman soliciting money for fake funeral. This female cop spotted a woman carrying a banner asking for donations for her niece's funeral, who claimed to have died in a crash. The cop respectfully asks them not to do it here for their own safety. She later asks them for their personal information. The cop then runs a background check on them, which reveals the truth that this woman is actually a fraud, someone she had encountered before in a different location doing the same thing. The officer doesn't like lies and fraud, so she arrests the woman and her 2 sons on the spot. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like and subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell icon for more content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.